Right, hello everybody. Like I said, I was going to do a small project to use up some more bits that I've got lying around. So I'm going to work with a file folder. I've come up with something like this with envelopes as well. So I've got sort of flips with envelopes, which I'll go back to this one in a minute. Sort of, yeah, that's a flip as well. That's a sort of pocket at the moment, but that could change. Yeah, so that's what I sort of come up with at the moment. So all you need to start with is a file folder. It can be any colour. It doesn't have to be these. I mean, I do like these, and I know we struggle in the UK to get them, but they you can get them on Amazon, but I think you have to get 100, and they come from America. The price of the postage might have gone up. It wasn't too bad when I got mine, but you could always use a different colour and maybe paint, you know, the bits that show white and then ink it up, you know, do something like that. These do come from America, and I noticed that somebody said once that, oh, they haven't got these grooves in their ones, but mine have. So I tend to use that as my guide for my spine. Yeah, so that's one side there, and this is the other one. So I would fold that, yeah, and burnish that. This is like all little grooves. There's 1, 2, 3 there. All right. So I think that works out. So if you haven't got that, I'll tell you the measurements. It's 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Right. So I haven't made one like this before. I've made loads of different ones, but not like this. So what I do, sorry, is I get one of those, yeah, and butt it up. Yeah, because I want that 5 inches. So I butt that right up to there. Oops. Like that. Hopefully you can see, and then score at 5. Ooh. Okay. I always put it back because I know I'd lose it. So there you go. So you butt that up, right up. Okay, and then you score at 5. And you have got to watch them a little bit because they do warp a little bit with coffee staining. So, and I go all the way down there. Okay, and I turn it around, and that is the other one. So you butt that up. Okay, I don't know whether you can see it. Hopefully you can. You butt that up. Okay, open it out, and then score that one at 5. Okay, so we got that side and that side is 5 inches, and the inside is 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, so we've got a flap here like that, and a flap here. Doesn't really matter where these come from, it's which way. But right, now we need to find out which sort of way we prefer it. Okay, because we need to take either the bottom up or the top. Okay, I think I'm going to take from here. Okay, so turn that around. Okay, butt that up there. Can you see? Like that. Okay, and I score at 8 1/4. Okay. I'll go as far as I go. Yeah. And then just flip that up and butt that up there. Okay, like that, and then carry on. That's the best way to do it. Okay. I'm limited in space to show you that big thing. All right, and then fold that up. I burnish again. I left just one pocket, which was this one, and I cut that one off, didn't I? So you need to go inside, 'cause this one's coming right off anyway, but just inside that score line. Okay, now I tend to go at a slight angle. Okay, making sure that's there. Okay, and I'll do the same this side. Okay, which I'll just come in a little bit and then go up to there. So we just got a little bit of a taper. It's so that this, when this comes up, okay, it stays away from the bend. Yeah. Did I take all that off? I think I did. Yeah, I did. That one stayed up and I took all that off. Just check. No, me, I'll forget. Yeah, I did. Yeah. On this one, I mean, you can leave it for a pocket. It's totally up to you, you know. Oh, we don't need to do that. So then I just cut that off. But again, inside that score line. But then you can always cut it properly, nicely with a cutter if you wanted. After. Okay, and then inside that score line. And keep these bits. So now we've got that. Goes there, and then when that closes, it's like that. Yeah, so that's the base. Okay, so I can put that away for a minute. Right, and then just pick loads of, I've got loads of different size envelopes. Okay, these tall ones I cut to 8 1/4. Okay, and just to make them fit, then all you have to do when you do that, which I've shown in my envelope things, is you cut it to length. Right, I cut a bit off each side, right, and then you just reshape. I put them together like that and then reshape it to make it look like an envelope. Yeah, so that all gets covered up, so it doesn't matter. All right, but that's going to be stuck in there before we cover it. Yeah, so that is going to go in there. Well, actually, this one's going to be a pocket, so but I'll come to that when I do it, I think. Like I said, I'm just playing, really. And then, didn't I have that one? See, I can't even remember now what I've done. Yeah, that goes there as a flap. I mean, they come out different, depending on your size of your envelopes. Like this one. Okay, this one hasn't got a window. It's just a normal plain one. Like I said, just cut the top off and then reshaped it. And that's going to be stuck under there. Okay. And that will be flipped. Once that's stuck down, that will be flipped over there. And then I've flipped there. And that's another flip there. Okay. And that will be covered. Right. Yeah. So you just like play around with your envelopes and see what you can get going on, really. So what I'm going to do is, I'll do this one first. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to work backwards. Yeah. Get this flip to go in first before we stick it in. So this is 3 envelopes, all different sizes there. Make sure the length is cut to 8 1/4 or slightly under, you know, as long as it's not over. So, all right, let's have a look. I'm going to put that one on there. So, stick that one down. So these sort of things that I do, I never know how it's going to turn out until I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I thought, well, I'll bring you along because I don't really want to do another one after I've done done this one, if you know what I mean, because I just want to craft today. So, and then I would stick that down as well, because that will be covered as a whole. Yeah, that's that one there. All right, so that's a flip, and then just got to make sure that all your envelopes sort of like correspond, if you know what I mean. But this one slightly goes over, but again, that's okay, that's all right. So I'm going to stick that one down. It's just do it and then start covering and everything, and it can look quite good, you know. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, right. I'm going to have I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I just thought now, I'm going to have a top loading tag pocket there, and I'm going to have a side one there, right? So I'm actually going to cut that top off, and I'll cover that, okay? So I am going to slither that off. I know it'll do this for a minute, but that's okay once we cover that. So that's going to be a top one, yeah. This one I'm going to do here on the end. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to have something sticking out of there. That's that one. Okay. Now, we either stick this in now, or we decorate that before we stick it in, okay? But I do, that is where that's going to go. And I'm going to just have a look, see how I think it feels. Yeah. And I think that feels okay. So I go over there. Let's flip. And that will open up. And then we've got a pocket in here. And we've also got a tuck spot here. All right, but we're going to have to stitch that or glue that down, of course, but that's okay, right? So I'm going to leave that alone for a minute and do the other ones, see how far we can get with the other ones before I have to sew or glue or like that. So I'm just going to stick that in. Just gives me a feel what's going on. Yeah, that's there. And then let's find out what we're going to do here. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna, that will have to go in after, I think. Yeah, that's got to stay as it is. Do we want that one down there? I'm not sure yet. That's definitely got to go there because of the size of it. I might do that there actually. Right. Yeah. And then that will go in there. That can be some form of pocket here. But I quite like that because that's nice and wide, that one. And that's just missing that bend there. So that's okay. All right. So I'm going to put this one, glue that one on there. All right, if we cover this pocket, yeah, so I've got that as well, that there, yeah, and that's okay. Then that will flip over there, like so. Yep. Right, I'm going to do it with a piece of, because this is 8 1/4 and some of my sheets, printed sheets, are only 8. Okay, so I'm going to do like the inside of these things with music paper and that sort of thing. Okay, I don't have to cover the whole thing. all right, because I'm actually making a pocket. All right, so all I'm doing, oops, sorry. Right, so that's my envelope, because I've cut the top and the bottom a little bit, all right, and I've reshaped it. Okay, I even reshaped that bit there. Okay, just cut it so that it's, yeah, equal. All right, so we've stuck our envelope on there. So I'm going to cover from here. Right, so this is all stuck down there. That's going to be inside my pocket. I might have to just, so I'm making that edge straight there, so straightish. Oh, and put a bit of normal glue over that. There, normal glue, 3 in 1. Okay, just make sure you don't go over. You can't see it. Okay, and then cut around. Going to cut that bit there, that seam. Put a bit on there as well. Right. So before I go, because you know I like to sew, I'm going to stitch around here because this is going to be a pocket. Okay, now here, that's quite thin, right? So I suggest you put some washi tape on that bit there. Okay. This one I haven't actually stuck down at all, but that's okay. Right, that's going to go in like that, so that's nice. I think you see that anyway. But, all right. I'm going to stitch around that whole thing and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so it's all stitched around, ready. Yeah. And I made a bit of a mess of this, but already, because I just cut a few backing papers out of these ones because I had quite a few of these left, so I thought I'd use those. But that is going to go in here. But what I'm going to do first, because on here and there, before I go any further, is get, oh, keep all them together, is get the tie back in. Okay, so I've cut them to size there, so I use them up, and I've got one strip just shy of 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, so that, make sure that don't hit there and that doesn't hit on that side. And we know the spine is 3/4 of an inch, so it has to be slightly smaller. And I'm going to make sure these are all stuck in. Okay. Let's take all them out. All on my joins. Yeah. This is Tyvek, but some people, you know, cover the outside with fabric, which works as well. Of course it does. But I'm going to use this today, even though I might end up covering it with fabric, but if I don't, then I know I'm okay because I've used this. So let's burnish that. Burnish that side and the other side. There. Right, ink. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Just trim the top if need be. Yeah. Okay. Let's check that. And that. And get glue off. Okay, and that just reinforced that spine. All right. Okay. Right, first thing I'm going to do here, because I know this sort of, oops, sorry, pocket. And this one is going to go in here. Yeah. So just a bead of glue along here. You can stitch this in as well if you want. Okay, just make sure that moves nicely. That's going to go over there, and then we can slip something in here so you can't see that there. Perfect. So all we've got to do here, stitch around that top of that envelope there. and any other stitching that you want to do. But I think I'm just going to stitch around the outside of that one. Right, I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, I've stitched all around those, but I did make a mistake. I restitched the top of that envelope where I was going to have a top tuck, but that's all right. But I've done that one right. Okay, that happens, so we can do a different tuck. See what happens. So I'm going to glue this into here. I'll put the glue on this flap here. Wasn't clearing it enough. That's like that. Okay. Okay. That's all nicely glued in. Yep. And then that's going to be a pocket eventually. That's going to be a flip there. It's going to be something. Don't know what. And that will go together like so. So those are flips and different things going on. So you need a pocket, and that's the spare bit that we cut off the bottom. I've just trimmed it down. It's not quite, you know, that's going to go here to make a nice pocket. All right. So I'll just level that up a minute. And I think I'll cover that with a bit of music paper. Yeah. So before I go any further, let's do that. Raining today, folks. Not nice weather at all. Might come right up there. Yeah. Let's take a bit off that. And then we glue this bit here. I'm not putting a circle in mine because I'm going to add lace to mine. And this one. And that's a nice pocket there. And then that flips over there. Okay, right, I'm going to stitch around that bit. Yeah, it's all stitched around. I've done it from that side. All right. And then I thought we'd cover that with that same paper as that one. A bit that was, you know, some of the bits that were left. And then a bit of music paper, same as that, for another pocket there. So, ooh. Okay, there we go. There's that. Right, and the actual journal is going to go here. So that is, I'll do the grommets now. I'll just see how far that goes in a minute. That's about right. Okay, so that whole centralize that. Turn around. Looks like I need to just stick that corner there a bit and then centralize that one. Okay. And okay, put these in from the outside in. Oops. Sometimes you can feel it's not quite right before you actually do it. Didn't feel right, so I took it out and put it in. Sometimes that slips in that hole there. So, there we go. And that's that done. Okay, right, what I feel here is that I need a little bit of space. All right, so we've got that flap going there. I am just gonna do another score line just to give that a little bit of leeway. Yeah, because I just feel as though I need a little space. This is going to get quite big time we put tags and everything in it, so I'm putting it in there. And hopefully this is on a line, but sometimes it isn't. But yeah, it's 3, so I'm going to come in an 1/8 of an inch and make a score line down there. Yeah, make sure that's nice, and I'm going to do the other side as well. Oops. Okay, just gives us a little bit of space. Yeah, that's done anyway, so turn it over because I want to fold the other way, and it's neater fold. If you do the valley on the side you want to fold away from. Yeah, so and that I'll do that in a minute, but it takes a little bit of, you know, working out just to maneuver it a bit, but once it's in there it's fine. And the same here. Yeah, so let's take that off. That's on 4 there, so just come in 1, which I will do it that way. Might as well do it right from the beginning. That's not quite 4. Okay, come in one, so that's there, and then there. Okay, so you've just got a little bit of space now, all right, and that will help you have a little bit of space for what's going in there. Just an 1/8 of an inch, all right. So I just need to do this now. Get it all in this. Just get that all in there. Okay. And we've got Tyvek there, you see, so you need to just manoeuvre that a bit, like that. Get your finger in, and then burnish. That gives you a little bit of space now for things in here. Yep. And the same with this one. So once things tucked in, yeah, that's it. It's more like it. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. And that'll give us a nice bit of room then. Like that. Okay, right, more. So here, what should we do here? I'm going to cover that, I think, with music paper. Oh, we've got a bit here. That would be all right. So if I cut that straight. Ish. Right, and then we're going to do the same with that one, but going to put the pocket on first. Let's have a look, see if I've got to do some stitching first. I'm going to have a top loading tag on that one because we haven't got any yet on the pockets because I forgot and I stitched all the way around it as you do. Okay. Right, we cover the inside of the envelope. You do it now, which I'm going to do with some music paper because it's nice and thin. Don't know whether I got enough bits. No, these are, oh, no. Oh, just short that. Come on. Okay, that's all right. So before I glue that down and stitch it down, I shall glue this in. got to glue this corner down. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do a... Before I glue it down, I'm going to get my circle punch and do it. Okay. Right, I need a little bit more in because of the way I've done the pocket. So I'll just overlap that. Okay, let's stick that in there. Again, forgot I was doing the top loading one. See, that's what happens. Don't need all that. Okay, leave that dry a minute. Big blob of glue there, look. I have to go that way. Okay, it needs dry. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. So that's going to be our pocket now. Okay. Also do that. I'm not going to stick that bit down until, yeah, so what I'll do is I will stitch straight line down there, okay, and try and do a zigzag stitch there, and then I'll catch that bit at the top. All right, and then we've got our pocket. Lovely. Yeah. What I might do is ink up inside there. Have a look at that. Okay, see, I'm just going inside there. Just a bit bright. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's all done, and then I stitch just along there for now because I think that's all right. And then got a nice little pocket here. Okay. I didn't really need to do that flap all the way there because that's going underneath there, but I did. So, but you could, you know, have it on top and have a tuck spot, but I actually don't want a tuck spot. So I'm going to just cut that a minute. I'm not going to put it in yet, as I need a little tiny bit of that a minute. Stick that in. Not sure what yet, so I'll leave that. Let's have a look. Let's go to, yes, decorate some of these now. Okay, just thinking how much room I've got here. I've got quite a bit now. I've got that there. And I didn't know whether to have some kind of pockets coming out that way there. I'm going to have something in there, you see. No, I'm going to decorate that, I think. All right, where did I put my papers? Oh, I got them. Oh, these are just backgrounds, I think. Yeah. I'm just looking. Do you know what? I'm going to put that on there first. I am. Right, now I'm just wondering. Two of those. Yes, I didn't use these in the journal I made. I forgot. They've been here all the time. Didn't use those stamps either. I've got room here, you see, for something to come out of there. So then we can have a decoration in the middle. Yep, I'm going to go for it. So I need to ink up and burnish a bit. So they all lay nice and flat. These are printed on card, so, well, not card, about 160. Lightweight card or heavyweight paper. Lightweight card, that is. Okay, now like that, that's fine. Right, so here, yeah, we're going to have a tuck spot there, I think. All right, we need to cover that. Right, let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, I've got a lot, but loads a bit. I think I want that one. So I've got another page of that. Look. Right, let's put that up there now we're decorating. I'm just wondering to have, I'm going to have music paper there. So this paper is very fragile and very thin, so it doesn't bulk up anything. I'm just going to knock a tad off. That is going to be a picture. of some kind. I know it's silly using all this, but it is literally, I can because I've got it spare, so I'm just doing a bit of a, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna cut that down there. Okay, and that's, I can see. So this end bit can make a tag. Surprising what you can make out of what's left, because sometimes it makes you work because you've left a bit like that and you think, oh, what can I do with that? So you sort of think of things to make out of it. Just going to check that a minute. Yeah, so there. To stuck that down. So times I do that, okay? I really do forget. I used to do that with mini albums all the times. That's all right. So what we do, just wait for that to dry. Okay, should be all right. So look, not much there. Yeah, a bit of acetate. A bit there. Stick that down now. Got rid of the glue. In there for a bit, okay, while that's sorting itself out. That we're going to embellish as well. It's a bit long to fold, right? We've got to do the same here. Yeah, I'm going to do a top tack on this one, okay, but I will remember it this time. I will I promise. I might put that on there and then we can have embellishment down there. Okay, I'm going to back that with a bit of paper and make our pocket. So anything spare really. Got anything wide enough? scrap piece of paper will do for that. Stick this down. Under here, because that's not the pocket. Okay, this is the pocket. So now we just stick around the 3 sides of here. Oh dear. Yeah, so I remembered the not to cover that, but I wasn't doing it like that this time. That's typical. So that's your 3 sides. Come down a bit. Then that's your pocket there. Yeah, because I wanted some more top loading, didn't I? Because I've got side ones there, and then yeah, that should be right now. Yeah, side one, top. Yeah, and you've got a nice embellishment there. Right, that's just going to have something there in a minute, something to match that, but I'll leave it. Might be a journaling card there yet, so I'm just going to leave that. That's the pockets there. I've definitely got to do something on this one. Not sure what yet. I think, yeah, it's looking good. I really like doing these. Okay, might have to cover that. I've got a template to cut anything out to cover that, so I'll do that in a minute. So need to do something here, don't we? And that's very thin, that envelope there, but I think that's all right. Oh, might have some lime paper there. Tell you what, some of this. Time. You stay in there for a minute. That might actually, because my idea was to tuck that behind the page with this, you know, like that, and then that over the top with a belly band. I could put that in there for now. It's going to stay in there better. I think here I'll have a bigger piece, like a notebook or something, but bigger in there. Then that wouldn't slip around so much. I think do something like that there, or a couple of envelopes would be nice. Oh, I get tired now. Yeah, there's a lot of interest, isn't there, going on? What's going there? And then journal in the middle, you know, not too big. And I'm going to just a few pages, maybe 20 pages, something like that. It's a nice little gift for somebody. That was looking a bit bad, wasn't it? Don't know what I'm doing on the front yet, so I'm leaving that. But I want to do something really nice cover. Right, so you've got to think here.